everyone, and welcome back to Lady Jane Books. Today I'm doing some winter reading recommendations. Before we start, I have some so exciting news. I woke up one day and I had about 75 subscribers. And then I woke up the next day and I had over 90 subscribers. That is just unbelievable to me. I do believe it was the result of Slowly Read's very, very kind shout out that he gave me and a couple of other booktubers. So thank you so much, Slowly Read. That was so kind. So this means that I'm totally behind on my jazz hands game. So I kind of skipped over the 80s and I'm straight on into the 90s. So I'm going to do something a little special and I'm going to divide up the jazz hands. So for this video, we're going to celebrate 80 subscribers. And then in another video, I will be doing my 90 subscriber celebration. So without further ado, let's commence with the sacred tradition of the jazz hands. Today, we're doing 8 sets of jazz hands. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cha 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 cha. Yeah, jazz hands. Wah, wah. But as always, in all seriousness, I am so thankful to each and every person who subscribes, views, comments on my channel, just anybody who stops by and gives me your time. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed the upcoming videos. Thank you so much. Today, I'm giving some recommendations on wintry reads. Now, these aren't necessarily horror or YA or particularly about winter itself, but these books really give the feeling and atmosphere of a wintry, snowy type of scene. So I thought it might be interesting to discuss some of them that I have found in my travels and share them with you guys if you are looking for something to cozy up with on a cold winter's night. So let's get started. The first book I'm recommending is called Black Ice by Becca Fitzpatrick. I read this about a year ago and I enjoyed it. It is a YA type of thriller, and it depicts a girl who becomes stranded in the middle of nowhere with a winter storm approaching with 2 very handsome young gentlemen. Sounds like a dream come true, right? More like a nightmare, girl. This one's very heavy on like the wintry, cold, dark night mystery type of feeling. So if you're interested in something a little bit on the lighter side, I'd recommend this. The next book I'm recommending is Between the Spark and the Burn by April Genevieve Tochok. This is the second book in her Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea duology. And it is set in a cold, wintry mountain scene, with the first book being called Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea. April Genevieve Tochok is very gifted at creating an atmosphere. Her first book is very summery and you feel like the lazy sunshine on your skin when she's writing. But this book is set in wintertime, I believe in the mountains, and you feel the whipping cold and pieces of ice, smacking your face. It's a lot of fun. It's very atmospheric. It is also YA, so if you're interested in something very descriptive, check this one out. Speaking of second in a series, I have to recommend Frostbite by Richelle Mead. This is the second book in the Vampire Academy series, and this also is set in the snowy mountains. Vampire Academy is a fantasy series depicting vampires and their world. It is a very entertaining series, and I highly recommend that you start in on the Vampire Academy so you can get to Frostbite. My next pick is actually a novella. Anybody who knows me knows I'm absolutely obsessed with the Court of Thorns and Roses series. So I was so excited when Sarah J. Maas released her novella, A Court of Frost and Starlight. A Court of Frost and Starlight follows our main characters Rhys and Feyre in their holiday traditions with their crew. It is a very warming, kind of just fun novella about the characters and their interactions during a very special time with their families. And speaking of families, no winter reads list would be complete without my personal favorite family book, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. This is an absolute classic book by Dr. Seuss, and it's appropriate for all ages. So if you want to curl up with your little ones and read it, by all means. I absolutely adore the illustrations in the original. They are so beautiful, very vintage looking, so descriptive and very unique. And so I really enjoy just looking at the pictures with this as well because the art is gorgeous. So for a family-friendly winter read, I definitely recommend How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss. Warning, this next one is not family-friendly. If you've been on my channel for a while, you know that I adore Shay Savage's work. The romance pick for my winter recommendations is Outnumbered by Shay Savage. I love Shay Savage. I think she can write so many good things. This depicts a man who lives by himself in a cabin out in the wilderness, and he comes across a woman who he falls in love with. However, she may not be all that she appears. Especially towards the end of the novel, it has some beautiful depictions of winter scenery and what's going on around the cabin. So this is a very, very interesting book for a romance reader. Okay, I wasn't going to include this book because if you know Lady Jane, you know this is not her favorite novel. But I have to say it is very wintry. And that is The Winter People by Jennifer McMahon. Now, I personally did not care for this book. However, I can appreciate that there are people who will. This novel depicts a family whose ancestors are harboring a dark secret. Living in a small town, the neighbors whisper about them, but it's only rumors, right? Right? I don't want to talk too much about this book because it gives away the plot really quickly. So it's not my cup of tea, but if you are interested in a wintry horror novel, you may want to check out this book. And my top recommendation for a wintry read is My True Love Gave to Me, presented by Stephanie Perkins. I loved this book when it came out. This is a short story collection by various authors depicting stories that are set around the holidays. Some of these stories are so cozy and they're just wonderful and they make you feel good, and it's really the perfect time to read not only in winter but definitely around the holiday season. I remember that I read some of these for the 12 Days of Christmas and I look forward to each and every story every single day, and I loved it. I really enjoy it. These stories are so warm and cozy and just gives you the holiday feels, and it just makes you feel really, really happy and nice. So if you're looking for a warm, cozy, wintry holiday read, My True Love Gave to Me is the perfect book. And that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. I made chocolate chip cookies. Yeah, I just spilled my tea everywhere. Oh. Today's tea is hot apple spice. Gave me a bit of the winter feels. Cookie break. This one is really heavy on like the wintry cold, like dark night type of feeling. This is the second book in the Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea duology? No, duology, Jane. It's a duo. Between the Spark and the Burn is the second series? No. Second city? What? Between the Spark and the Burn. Between the Spark and the Burn is the second book in April Genevieve Cholk's duology of... What? I don't know. I need tea. I have a headache today, guys. This is nice because it's like naturally sweet, so I don't have to add any honey or sugar or anything. Do you hear that wind? Oh my goodness. Ooh. I'm glad I'm in here with you. Anybody who knows me knows I'm obsessed with the A Court of Thorns and Roses. Is that how you say it? The Court and Thorns and Roses? Is that how you say it? The Court of Thorns and Roses series? Like, it doesn't sound right to say the You know what I mean? I don't know. Somebody comment below and tell me what I should be saying, if that's correct or not. I don't know. This follows Rysand and... This follows Rysand and... Rysand? I don't know how to say his name either. Is it Rysand? Rhys? I don't know. Jane, you're a booktuber. You're supposed to know these things. I'm lost. So for a family-friendly read, I highly recommend... The Winter People by Jennifer McMahon depicts a family who has multi-generations. I'm not doing good on this one today. This novel depicts the family,